How do, folks? Unfortunately, this is not a fishing video today. What this is, hopefully, is a bit of useful information for a lot of people to use so that you can make an informed decision on where you're going to go fishing and do it safely. This is something I feel like I need to address because it kind of grinds my gears a bit, and it sounds really serious, and it totally isn't. And by all means, but please don't anybody get offended, because this is not aimed at anybody. It's just that I feel better information could be given to anglers of all ages, especially the kids though, or people new into the country that may not know what they need to know, if that makes sense. And what it is quite often I'll get messages from Facebook Messenger or YouTube, emails, cheeky little text message every so often asking about a venue, who owns it, is it free to fish, what bait, what lure, that sort of a thing. And I'll always answer that question as best I can. Now, I live in the Midlands, West Midlands, should I say, and I know a few venues. I'm not going to know every venue, so I'll give the information where I can so that I can help that person go fishing, hopefully. If I don't know, I'll put a link to somebody that will know, or potentially where they can find the relevant information to be able to get that information. The part that grinds my gears, and like I say, this is not a jab at anybody at all. Quite often I'll see a post on a Facebook post of all places, but I suppose it's not a bad idea because there are helpful people out there. But there will be a post and it'll be like a screenshot or something along those lines of a venue, and then it'll just be a post saying, anybody know who owns this venue? Is it free to fish? What bait can I use? What works well? Blah, blah, blah. And inevitably someone will post, just go and fish it, mate. Now, that's not a bad idea, but it's not the best idea either. If you just go and fish it and you've got no intentions of getting a day ticket and it's a private fishery, you might be heaved off straight away. And you could have travelled miles to get there and be asked to leave straight away. So if you're just going to go and fish it, my advice to you there would be stick 15 quid in your back pocket so you've got every intention on paying for a day ticket, because at least you're showing faith that you want to pay to fish a private fishery and you're not going to get heaved off. I mean, worst case scenario, a proper extremities, you imagine you found this venue and it's absolutely brilliant and you can see yourself fishing here for years to come, and you turn up, you've travelled and you're getting kicked off. You could react in a rather bad way and potentially look at getting yourself a lifetime ban. And then you can never fish somewhere you found. That's an absolutely golden place to go. So yeah, the advice there is put some money in your back pocket so you can buy a day ticket. My best bit of advice I can give anybody, wherever you're going to go fishing, is go to your local tackle dealer, because they will inevitably help you, because you could be repeat business for them. And to be fair, most angling communities look after each other. So if you go into an angling store, and I am an advocate to support your local stores, not like the big companies or online. Yes, go to those if the local ones can't help you, but try and go to your local ones first, because they are the spit and dust of the fishing, the industry, really. But go in there and ask the question, and usually they'll be able to give the answers. If they don't know, I'll bet my bottom dollar, if there's a load of anglers in there and they can hear you ask a question, they'll love to give you that information as well. Not specifically about hot spots and, their peg, but they'll be able to tell you what baits, what lures work well, what water, and who owns it. So that's what I do as my forefront of where to go. Now, if you're going to travel somewhere, so let's choose like maybe Rochdale. If I'm going to travel to Rochdale, I've got no idea what fisheries in that area. What I will then go and do is put into Google Rochdale fishing shop, and you'll get a little map will pop up on the top of the link, or one of the links. Tap that and it'll give you all the fishing tackle shops around Rochdale. What you can do is tap the icon and it's going to show you a telephone number, their address, maybe an email address. So it's going to give you a couple of ways to make contact and get the information you need before you make a big journey and get somewhere where you probably or potentially can't fish. So that's the second way off the back of what I'm saying to you to go and do. Now, if you imagine someone from another country or someone's moved up or down in the country to somewhere they've never been, they're not going to know how the canal system works potentially. And I'll use the Staff's Worcestershire Canal as an example. It's a really long canal and it could be broken up and chopped up into loads of different sections. And there could be 6 or 7 clubs that own different stretches, and that could be really awkward to navigate to see who owns what section. So my third bit of information, really, or fourth, whatever it is now, is the CRT map of who owns fisheries. So I've got a little short link in a minute to pass this, a little bit of video to show you how to get onto it. But the CRT have got a map, and you can go on, you can zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, get right down to the canal, river or lake, and it's colour coded. I think if it's yellow, it means that no one leases it from the CRT. So all the canal is owned by the Canal River Trust, or most of it, maybe not all of it. And they lease it out to clubs. But if no one leases that stretch of canal, I think it's yellow on the map. Basically, you need to have one of their scheme passes. I think it's the Waterway Wanderers scheme pass, which you have to buy. It's a yearly membership, but that then covers you for any water that no one runs, because no canal or lake is free normally. Because if the CRT own it, you have to pay them to fish the water. If not, like Snagbro, Snagbro, they've got their section leased, you'd pay them. So that's what you have to do. But on the map that I was referring to, you can zoom in, press and hold, and it'll tell you if it's private, which I think is red, and I can't remember the colour now if it's leased, but it'll bring up who's leased the water. So the most local ones to me is Handcat Angling, Birmingham Anglers Association, Kidderminster District Association, I think it is, Kimber Freeliners. It will show all these people, and it gives the name of the place, so you can go and Google that and then make contact with the appropriate people to ask the question. So that's what you would need to do. In regards to this scheme, the Canal and River Trust scheme, I've put another quick video after the mapping system that shows how to get onto their Waterway Wanderers. Again, go into Google, you put it in, scroll down, tap the link, scroll down, and you can make a phone call, or I think you can do it online as well. It's a pass you buy. It's yearly, so whatever date you buy it, you get 12 months from that date to go around and come back again. And that just means, for instance, if you're going to go Birmingham City Centre and you're going to fish those waters, and it's not owned by anybody other than the CRT themselves, you've got a pass. You aren't going to worry about fishing or getting asked to leave or any of that jazz. So yes, this is this little bit of information for you. Hopefully it helps a little bit more, but just gives you a bit more idea of what you can do. So either local fishing tackle shops, local fishing tackle shops to the area you're going to go. Google is always your best friend. Put something in there. If you know the name of the fishery, you can find out who to make contact with, and always have a license with you. And always remember, you've got to have a rod license, bare minimum. Like it, lump it, that's the law. And then you need to have either a membership to the club that runs it, get a day ticket, or join as a syndicate member. If no one owns the waters, then remember CRT do a scheme where it's you join them, and if it's no one runs it, then you've got a permit that way as well. So that's it, guys. I'll put you onto the short videos now for the links I've spoken about. So as you can see, open up Google and start to type in Canal and River Trust map. What you'll see is there will be a few links appear on Google. I've not tested both, but when it opens up, just tap the top one, and that'll open up to their mapping system. Just scroll down, and you will then see the map. On the right hand side of the map is the key points to show what each means, colour code wise, and then you've got the ability to zoom right the way down and in to a specific canal or lake. Tap and hold, and what should pop up is the people that lease it, or if it's still Canal and Rivers Trust. There are certain areas where it also shows that I can't remember if it's unfishable or unnavigable, I can't remember. But it's really handy to be able to zoom in and get a bit of a closer feel. But you can also then use the detail of that to cross-reference with Google Maps or whatever you might use. It also shows lakes and reservoirs. Don't forget there's still some lakes and reservoirs that are in use for topping up the canal system, and they might be Canal and River Trust as well. You can see I'm zooming out, now going right out and up north as far as it stretches. and it still works. It still sort of shows what clubs are viable for those areas. There we are. That's the most northerly part of a canal, and still works. A little bit finicky sometimes. You have to press and hold a couple of times for it to work. But yeah, there we go. There's the mapping system. Right here, folks, over to the Google page and put in Canal and River Trust fishing permit or fishing license. Either will give you the same links, but you want to hit the second one down in this instance, which is the Wanderers permit. And this page is stuffed full of information, to be fair. So as you scroll through, what you'll find is there's other links to, like Let's Get Fishing, which is about getting children into fishing, which is great, and that will give you more information around that and days and dates and so forth. It goes on to explain the rules and regulations as to why you would need the fishing permit. A bit further down, it will give you links to make that purchase. It also lists the pricing of the Waterway Wanderers permit. So if you're with Angling Trust, it's reduced, juniors and adults. And then there's the link of making the purchase. If there's any other issues, there are a telephone number and email links as well, I'm sure. So if you can't get through or there's a problem, there's another way of following that up. And as you make your way further down, like I say, it talks about rules and regulations of the Waterway Wanderers. There is also a link in there for the fisheries list, which I'm quite sure will relate you back to the mapping system and a few other links. So there we go. Right, folks, hopefully that information has been helpful to a lot of you. It's not there to teach the veterans in the angling industry anything. You guys will have heaps of information and knowledge already. This is purely geared towards those that don't know. So that could be kids that have started fishing for the first time and the mums and dads aren't sure, people that have come back to fishing later in life, or even started fishing for the first time later in life, or like I say, people from another country moving into this country, you know, and they want to learn the correct way about how we go about fishing in the UK. It's purely there for like how I would go about finding a fishing venue, how best to fish it and securely fish it, and yeah, just keeping everything safe, the fish safe, the fishery safe, and you safe ultimately. So yeah, any other ideas or any other information you guys want to do, pop into the comments for other people that might watch this video to give them more information about how best to go about fishing somewhere. So that's it for me, guys. I will catch you in a bit. Ta-da.